Hello. Today we will plunge into the world that causes horror and at the same time curiosity, the world of serial killers. And the main character of our story will be Nancy Doss, a woman whose name has become synonymous with cruelty and murderous mania. Her story is not only about crimes, but also about a life that was full of pain, emotions, and secrets. Nancy Doss was born on November 4, 1905 in Alabama into a poor family. She was one of 5 children. Her behavior patterns were formed in a harsh atmosphere. Nancy's mother was often cruel, which left deep scars on the girl's psyche. At an early age, Nancy began to dream of a better life, an escape from restrictions, and, unfortunately, her dreams would be fulfilled, but not in the way she imagined. At the age of 16, Nancy married a young man, with whom she quickly divorced. After that, she entered into another relationship, which again turned into a disaster. The husband was again cruel, and the biggest blow Nancy received after the death of her children. This experience activated the dark side of her personality. She began to study the mechanisms of control and manipulation. Her mind became more and more sick. In the 1930s, Nancy met her third husband, whose name was Frank. However, their relationship was not a happy one. Nancy began to kill, first using poison in food to get rid of her husband. After his death, something unusual happened. Nancy managed to confuse the investigation. She skillfully manipulated people and pretended to be a carefree woman. After Frank's death, Nancy continued her craft. She married a second and third time, but each time she killed again and again. Many men appeared in her fate, who died under mysterious circumstances. Family and friends were worried, but no one could figure out what was really going on. In 1954, Nancy was arrested, and investigators began an investigation. During interrogation, the woman confessed to the murders, using her mysterious personality as a cover. All the men, in fact, became victims of her manipulations. She would aggravate their shortcomings, and then use her skills to eliminate them. Nancy was sentenced to life in prison. Nancy Doss became an icon in the world of serial killers not only because of her cruelty, but also because of specific personality traits. Psychologists suggest that she was a psychologically traumatized woman, who was driven manically by revenge for the injuries she had suffered. Her case demonstrates how negative experiences from childhood can turn into such a terrible reality. After her arrest, Nancy continued to live in prison. She became the subject of numerous studies, as her case was unique in the world of serial killers. Previously, it was believed that such behavior was inherent only to men. Nancy proved that women are also capable of special cruelty. The real tragedy of Nancy Doss's life was that in conditions of cruelty and violence, she lost her identity. She became a murderer not only because of circumstances, but also because of deep personal trauma. Today, this case raises many questions about the nature of evil and how the past can affect a person. Nancy Doss left her mark in the memory of humanity as one of the most brutal female killers, and her story serves as a reminder of the dangers that exist in the darkness of the human soul. Thank you for being with us. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. What are your thoughts on this story? Can we understand why people become the way they have become? Leave all your questions and thoughts in the comments. All the best.